Hey guys, Phil Jew here. I'm going to make a quick, simple video on the tools I use to create the onboard videos when I'm doing laps. Just because I've had some questions on what I use, how much the cost is, and how difficult the process is. So this video will be more of what I use, depending on how long the video is. I might make this 2 parts, but we'll see. Now we'll just get right into it. There are 4 things I use for creating the videos, and that's my phone, which this is backwards. It's my phone, and this has Race Chrono on it. I'll just go here real quick. Let me sign in. Yeah, do this real quick. Alright, so there's Race Chrono here, and I'll take you guys in the app in the future. A GoPro Hero, or a GoPro 5 Black, just to get the video. And this does not need to be compatible with Race Chrono, as long as it creates a good MP4 file. My OBD2 to grab in-car data like my throttle position, my mile per hour, and what else? I can't think of the moment. Yeah, but those are the main 2. And then this is optional. This is a Garmin Glow 2. It's not going to focus. There it is, Garmin Glow 2. This increases the frequency that you're acquiring a GPS location from 1 Hertz to 10 Hertz, so 10 times more faster each second. And yeah, this is what I use. This is going to be housing Race Chrono, which connects to my OBD2 and my Garmin Glow. I grab the video footage later in the day or the day after, whenever I'm feeling like going through video footage, and grab that segment of footage, put it on my phone, and kind of time up the sequence. So I'm going to show you guys that process actually right now, because it seems like this video is going to be kind of short if I don't. So I'm going to take you guys in the app. Alrighty, guys, we are in Race Chrono. This is going to be the opening screen that you see, and you can see the big red button for start. We'll get to that in a moment. And then below that you'll see sessions and tracks. I never really hit tracks, so we'll not talk about that. On the top right, you'll see the 3 dots. This gives us options for importing, backing up the data, and export queue. When you're exporting data or a video, this is how you'll access it if you can't get back to that menu. The I button is going to show you the current versioning, the copyrights, the website support, and everything else. And then the most important one here is going to be the cog for setup. You can see that we have my car set up right now. We could see GPS receivers. Mine is defaulted to my Garmin Glow 2. And when I start my session, it should automatically connect, as well as the OBD2 reader that I have here. As for cameras, I typically have this set up right here. My internal camera is off and my GoPro is connected. And this is if I, excuse me, that's if I want to connect my GoPro to the session itself. Next is internal sensors. This is like your gyroscope, your accelerometer. This is when you're feeling G's. This is what's recording those G's. And below this, we just have a few more, excuse me. We have a few more units just for English versus metric, and that's all the settings we'll go through. Next, we'll press the start button for a session. Now you'll see that the track, there's a menu saying select your track. This will search for the nearest tracks, also the tracks that you've been to. I did not mean to click that, but we're at that now. Most important thing on the top right is going to be the graph. I usually don't mess with anything on the top right, but this shows you everything to your current session. if you want to evaluate immediately after or between laps. Now we have the 4 tabs up top here. I'll go them in order. This is if you want to connect your GoPro. You could start the GoPro process here as long as the GoPro is on, and you just press that red button on the right here. Obviously, I'm not in my car right now, so nothing's going to be connecting, as you can see from my GoPro trying to connect and my Garmin Glow trying to connect. We'll go to the default one, which is this little tachometer up here. This is my default setup. I only look at the time delta on my current lap, the speed delta that I'm in at that current section, my best lap, and my previous lap. You can also change this with the custom bar or the modern gauges here or the other options, but I typically stay at this one because I don't want to have too much information coming at me while I'm driving. The next speedometer icon will show your current speed, how many satellites are around, and the altitude that you're at. And then the final one is going to be a map positioning area. So this is Lee, USA. It shows the section markers here and the start finish line. It's currently not showing because my Garmin Glow is not connected, and this isn't connected to my internal GPS, so we'll leave that as is. I don't want to stop that. And then that pencil on the bottom left will allow you to change these. I'm not going to change them because that's how I want them. And then the caret, the red button on the bottom left, is going to show you your connected devices here and your internal sensors. So if I move my phone, you guys will see that the numbers are changing and the accelerometer, and that's what's feeling excuse me, that's what's feeling your G's. All right, I'm going to stop the session because that's all we needed, and we're going to go into my most recent session here by going to sessions and then clicking the session that I have. Let me remove this real quick. So on this menu, you could see that we could label our sessions here by clicking this. So we say last session of Palmer. Let's do last Palmer. Check mark that. And then we see 6 circles. The first circle on the top left is going to be the distance you have and the time of the session from start to stop. The second one is going to be your video, which we have nothing connected since I just deleted that. The next one is going to be the track you were at. The bottom left is going to be how many laps you've done. Following that is going to be your best lap and optimal lap. You can also see those below in this nice chart. You can see our optimum lap, and that's taking our best sectors. And I'll go into the sectors in a bit, and then adding all those sectors up for your optimal time. You can also see that there's some green boxes and some red boxes. The green boxes are showing your best lap, or like that best section, and the blue is actually showing your best lap overall in the session. Now you can look at the columns here. You can change these. The default ones that you'll see are probably going to be max mile per hour, which is my second to last column, and probably RPM or something else, or time, or whatever else the default is. But I pay attention to max mile per hour and coolant temps just so I can see what I'm doing and making sure I got like a good start on the straights and whatnot. Now what you can do is you can click or tap on the lap or the session start here. So if I click on a lap, let me go back. If I click on session start, you can see that I have a bunch of data on the bottom for speed and RPM. The middle section is going to be the GPS with your position at that time of the data line, which is this red vertical line here. And then the top one is going to be your video associated with that. Now, quickly, I'm going to show you how to get the video on here. We're going to go to the video. We're going to find the video on your phone. To this one. It says this does not exist. I apologize. I don't have any videos anymore. Okay. Okay. Normally you would find your video through this internal storage area. You'll click it. And then when you go in your laps, there will be another option in the video section next to this one for linking. And what would happen is you would go to that point in time of your data, to your footage, and click that link, and on the top right there will be a lock that you would tap to lock the video. And once you move the graph, it will also move the video, and vice versa. If you press play here, the video will be attached to your data down below. That's a quick rundown. And when you want to output a video, you go to this little arrow on the top right. Do overlaid video. You could do the whole session. You could just do just laps. I personally do whole session because I end up doing just a little bit before the start finish line, and I put the seconds here when that starts. I believe that's it for Race Chrono. This is a great tool, and I'll get back to you guys with the camera. Alright guys, sorry if the quality's a little bad. We just moved into the new place, but I don't have my lamp here, so I'll have to get that up here soon. So quickly, I'm just going to go over the cost of everything here for my whole setup, and hopefully maybe you guys will be also do the same thing, and then hopefully it'll help you out with your times. So my phone, my phone is like an $800-$600 phone, but it's like 3 years old. So you should have a mobile phone at your disposal by this time, I guess. If you don't, I apologize, but it is 2021, so everyone has one of these. This was $20 on Amazon. I think this is a must-have, especially if your car has brake and acceleration inputs. Definitely a good use for when you're looking into what's it called, telemetry or car data. This is really unnecessary because the phone camera you can use, but I like to have this because one, better resolution and better videos for you guys and myself. But also I can plop this in the back of my car on the roll bar. I can see my steering inputs as well, so that adds another data point that I can look at and see if I'm causing too much steering, or I'm putting too much input into my steering, causing the car to understeer or oversteer. And last but not least, this is very optional. I was doing fine without this, but I really just wanted this for some accuracy, especially with let's say Palmer or Canon. The GPS signal for just my phone is terrible, so you would see like skips around the track, but this made everything smooth, and this was a good buy for me. I got it on sale, and I actually bought the Garmin Glow 1, but they sent me the 2, and I asked if that was a correct thing, and they're like, yeah, we discontinued that. So in all, I forgot, Race Chrono Pro, $20. That's the last time I paid for it, and I still have the full use of it, so I'm pretty stoked with that. So in total, I'll put it here, and I definitely think all these, all this technology here, all this devices and apps are definitely worth it. The editing can be cumbersome when you're trying to get that video, but I think it's also worth it if you're trying to search for time. You can share that video amongst your friends or some coaches, and they'll nitpick on every little thing, and that's a good thing. It might be discouraging at first, but it's definitely a good thing. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this video is helpful for someone, and please consider subscribing. I'm definitely trying to hit that 200 mark before my two-year mark. And that would be just an awesome feeling to at least know that there's 200 watchers coming. So thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I have a few events lined up. Peace.